Hey everyone, and welcome. You know that feeling when you're just going through the motions? Like you're living, but you're not really there? That was me. For the longest time, my life felt like a quiet room with the door locked from the inside. I felt so lost, I guess. And then, I inherited my grandmother's house. This place. It's filled with her memories, the smell of her lavender soap, and the creak of the floorboards. But as I was cleaning out the attic, I found this old box. And inside, a bunch of cassette tapes, labeled just one word: lessons. It was weird, you know? Like a secret message from the past. I didn't know what to expect, but I found an old player, and I pressed play. And what came next? It wasn't just advice. It was like a key to a whole new life. So, I want to share this journey with you. It's a story about finding answers in the most unexpected place. And if you're looking for a little bit of guidance, I have a feeling this will hit home. So, get comfortable. And if this story speaks to you, please consider subscribing. It's what helps us keep making videos just like this, so we can all work on becoming better together. The very first tape I listened to, I swear, it was like my grandmother knew exactly what I was going through. My sister was staying with me, and the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. She'd make these little sarcastic comments, and I'd just take it, you know? My heart would pound. But I'd just smile and say nothing. I thought that was what you were supposed to do. But then, I heard my grandma's voice, a little crackly, say something that just stopped me in my tracks. The people who ask the most from you are the people who do the least for you. It was just so true. Then she added this other part. Honesty is a very expensive gift. Don't expect it from cheap people. And that's when it hit me. My sister's behavior wasn't my problem. It was her own. I finally found the courage to just talk to her. And it was hard, for sure. But the relief, it was incredible. Our relationship is so much better now. She also told me something else that I needed to hear. You won't always be able to help someone change for the better. They clearly don't want to change. That was a massive relief. It freed me from the burden of trying to fix her. It let me focus on me. And if you've ever felt trapped in a relationship like that, know that you're not alone. We talk about these kinds of things all the time, so please, if you're getting value from this, subscribe to the channel so we can keep sharing this kind of honest advice. My brain was a total mess. I was a professional overthinker. I'd replay every awkward conversation from a week ago and lose sleep over things that hadn't even happened yet. The anxiety was a physical weight on my chest. The second tape was all about that. My grandmother said, "Overthinking ruins you." She explained how it just makes everything worse, how it takes a situation and twists it into a nightmare. It was like she was in my head. Then she gave me a simple test, and I've been using it ever since. She said to ask myself, will I remember this in 10 years? And I swear, in almost every case, the answer was no. The worrying just melted away. It was like a magic trick. She also told me the big one. The life you experience is simply a reflection of your mindset. Once I really believed that, it changed everything. I started to see my life not as something that was happening to me, but something I was creating. If you're a professional worrier like I was, you've got to subscribe. We need a tribe of people who are ready to break free from these mental prisons. My house was a total mess, and so was I, honestly. I was just tired all the time. I'd come home from work and just collapse on the couch, convinced I had no energy. The third tape was all about my body. My grandma said, "You only get one body, take care of it." Her voice was so firm, but filled with love, it made me tear up a little. You'll have it all your life, and it can only give you what you put in. I realized I'd been treating my body like a rundown apartment building. I started small. I began to clean the house, and I also started to clean up my diet. I started taking daily walks, and I was shocked at how much better I felt. And then I heard the most profound thing. Self-care is realizing that you are your greatest obstacle. I'd always blamed my problems on other things, but she was right. I was the one getting in my own way. I was the one who could get out of it. And it's a journey, for sure. But if you're on that journey too, I'd love for you to subscribe and join our little community here. Your support literally helps us create more videos to share these crucial lessons. I carried a lot of old baggage, especially from a broken engagement years ago. I'd go through old pictures, and it felt like the pain was still fresh. It felt like I was a prisoner to the past. But the fourth tape came on, and I heard this. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is a part of getting over. It just made so much sense. I didn't have to ignore the pain. I just had to understand it and let it go. She told me something else, too. You can't change what happened. The past is gone. There's no use being mad about it. And then, the biggest realization of all. The trouble is if you don't spend your life yourself, other people spend it for you. I was letting a memory control me. It was like I was a prisoner to the past. But she had given me the key. I had to let go of the past to have a future. I always felt like I was looking for my life's purpose, you know? Like it was a treasure waiting to be found. The fifth tape completely flipped that on its head. My grandma's voice said, "You don't find your purpose somewhere else. You create your purpose exactly where you are, and you bear meaning to it." I mean, wow. It wasn't about a grand adventure. It was about what I was doing right now. She also said something that changed how I saw my stuff. You grow rich when you seek new experiences, not material things. I started looking at my home not as a place to keep my stuff, but as a place to have new experiences. I started trying new recipes. I got back into painting. She finished the tape by saying, "Action breeds more clarity than thought." And it's true. If you want to start creating your purpose right where you are, then hit that subscribe button right now. Your support is a vote for more videos just like this one. I am, and always have been, a total worrier. A scaredy cat, I guess. I always let my fears stop me. The sixth tape gave me a whole new way to think about fear. My grandma told me, fear is not there to stop you. It's there to show you that you're interested and you care. I'd never heard that before. It was like a map. My fear of failing at a new project wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a sign that I cared deeply about succeeding. She also reminded me of my own strength. Tough times teach us that our resilience is stronger than we ever imagined. I thought back on all the things I'd been through, and I realized I'd gotten through every single one. I was tougher than I thought. My house wasn't just a safe space anymore. It was a place where I was building the courage to face the world. I'm a creature of habit. I like my routine. So, I've always been afraid of change. The seventh tape told me, straight up, the biggest thing you need to accept is change. She said, you don't only live once. You live multiple lives within one. It was like I had lived all these different lives already, and I had the power to start another one. She also told me something about perspective. Life becomes easier and more beautiful when we can see the good in other people. I realized I had been so focused on my own problems, I wasn't seeing all the good around me. And then she gave me this choice. We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. It just clicked. I had the power to change my perspective and to make myself strong. Okay, so this was the last tape, and I was so nervous to press play. I just didn't want it to end. The final message was the one that brought everything together. She said, you can either become the victim of your struggles or emerge from them as the hero of your life. It was a calling, you know? It made me realize I was the one in control. And then she said, nothing in your life will change unless you change. It was so simple, but so true. The house didn't fix me. It just gave me a quiet place and some guidance. The real work was all on me. I had to become the hero of my own story. And with that, the tape clicked to a stop and the room went quiet. But it wasn't an empty quiet. It was full. So that's it. That's the story of how an old box of tapes in a quiet house completely changed my life. I mean, I came here feeling lost, and I'm leaving with a map. My problems didn't magically disappear, but my fear of them did. The biggest thing I learned, I guess, is that all the wisdom we need is already inside us. We just have to be curious enough to listen to the whispers of our own lives. So, I have a question for you. Which one of these lessons hit you the hardest? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if this video helped you in any way, please consider subscribing. Your support is what allows us to create more of these helpful videos to help all of us on this journey. So, hit that button, and let's keep growing together. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Hit the bell icon for the daily updates. Please do like, subscribe, and share with your friends.